he looks like he's ready to spring off that down knee.
That's right.
You know, he's not on both knees. He was down on one knee. He looks like he's ready to spring off of it.
Jesse,
Jesse Vasquez from California. Jesse looks like he's ready to spring off that leg.
Nice shot by Levi, though. That was a nice shot. Nice
Levi
attempt.
looks a little bit bigger here. He's a solid kid. Levi's looking like he might have had to work to make this weight class.
I'm sure just a breakfast. Just a breakfast.
Just a breakfast.
Yeah, these guys just skip breakfast. They're good.
Yeah. You know, it's incredible the way the nutrition has gone these days too for these guys. I mean, kids aren't cutting weight anymore. You know, I remember the old days. You know, there was a sauna car. You know, everyone turned the heat on. We all sat in it. But now it's the nutritional value these kids are getting from reading information that's on the mat.com with US Wrestling and watching matches on Inside Sports. They're getting a lot more from everywhere. You know, the whole social media and wow.
Nice.
Wow.
See,
nice.
when Jesse needs to get to the side here. He's lifting directly behind him.
Well, we got
not really giving that leverage to lift. You got to get to the side. You have to get to the side to bring that guy down.
That's right.
Lifting directly from behind will get you a stall call.
Well, it looks like he draw 2 stall calls in a little bit under 30 seconds there. You know, and it's like I said, you got to transition.
Well, he couldn't. He just stood there. I mean, that's a lot of time on the feet. If you're riding the guy, you can't do that.
Yeah. We got to transition and
brings him back up here. Gets the one escape with less than a minute to go. Let's see what Jesse does here, being down 2-0
here in the second period.
Well, Levi's definitely he's moving nice little shrug attempt there.
Jesse looking over at the clock a little bit, seeing what he's got to do. I mean, it's always good to be aware of the clock, but like they say, don't focus on it.
That's right.
Focus on the scoring.
Yeah. See, the thing with Jesse right now is definitely he's got to move that guy.
Oh, wow. Came in with the 2 takedown there. Looked like Levi was going to go for that shrug by, and Jesse came a little bit low with that leg pick.
10 seconds here. 10 seconds left to extend the score.
We're down there. All right, so that's the end of the second period, 2-2. I mean, he just like that, tied ball game. Just like that, tied ball game.
So what do you do here? It's Jesse's choice. You know, he's already got 2 stall calls. And,
he's going to have to go down.
It seems to be. Oh, there we go. That's what I mean.
Down.
Yeah. He's got to go down.
Right. Because the reason I asked was he looked a little bit confused there as what he should do. I was like, hey man, you gotta go out. You gotta get that point. I don't know what Levi, what kind of skill he's got on top, and I don't know if that was a concern or not. It seemed like he's pretty tough.
Well, that's always it's always difficult when you're in that situation. You don't know your opponent sometimes. Safe bet is to take down. But there have been times, even in NCAAs, we had a guy last year, looked over, we said go neutral. Because why? We were concerned that maybe he wasn't going to be able to get from underneath his opponent. Same thing here. Coaches have to kind of, that's where a coach's strategy comes into play.
That's right.
That's when you need them.
That's true.
Going out of bounds, 50 seconds on the clock. Foot side 2-2 here in the third.
Yeah, and Levi's doing a really good job of chopping the arms, getting the inside wrist, and he's doing a very good job of putting the pressure on Jesse's hands.
Yes.
Not really giving a chance to push back.
Now, in this, there's no riding time for these guys. Right. So, for me, sometimes it's you're still going to go into overtime if you can't get that turn. And that might have been one that said, if you can get that wrist barred up. It's behind. Coming in with that
30
claw.
seconds left here.
Now, right there is where you need to lift, return to the mat. He just kind of gets a little front trip there to get him down.
Right.
But I'm a big fan of lift and return, trying to get those guys, because when you lift return, you bring them down in an unawkward situation for their bodies to not be able to reposition themselves. And then while you're doing that, you also got that bar. You can try to turn them right there, right off the lift. I mean, a lot of guys.
Gil, I think if you could actually move to the corner and trip and actually trap the ankle as they fall when you have the wrist, puts you in a nice position for a tilt.
Yeah, nice tilt.
And we got overtime here.
Now, as we see our young friend's tying his shoes, and That was they should be secured.
Yeah, we'll let that one slide here. We hate to make that call.
Yeah, you hate to make the call, but I mean,
5 seconds left.
Oh, okay. They're putting
5
seconds back on the clock.
5 seconds back on the clock. Now, see,
initially, they went down to 0, so they just put 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Giving Jesse
3 seconds. 3 seconds now.
Chance here with 3 seconds to
and
get
to
out.
me, it's funny. Neither coach said anything about the shoelace. And with Jesse already having 2 stall warnings, that could have. Oh wow! So we're in overtime. 1 minute of overtime on their feet before any sort of victory. So. You know, this is what you trained for. This is what you trained for.
Well, look here, we haven't seen much from Jesse except for his move was his takedown was a defensive one, and I think that Levi will look for a duck under or a high crotch.
Going back to the shrug again. Come back to the shrug, and you saw Jesse was right there with it.
Oh, bad job.
That's 2. Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, that's where, and I think that's where Jesse was successful right there. He was prepared for it.